Hi, this is Fraser Hays and welcome to SAASholes and my fellow Egypts, all discussing SaaS, marketing and MarTech. Who knows where this is going to go?
Welcome to SAASholes. We are revenue ops with an edge. With decades of making interesting decisions, Jamie, Jason, Marcus, and Pete are dedicated to helping aspiring sales leaders accelerate revenues with our no BS approach to sales leadership strategies and tactics. Our show is supported by viewers and listeners just like you on patreon.com/SAASholes. Brent Keltner's Winalytics Revenue Acceleration Playbook Masterclass. In only 8 weeks, help your sales and go-to-market teams start to build the mindset and skills needed to succeed in the new buyer environment. Weeks 1 to 3, read the book and learn a new approach through 20 successful company stories. Week 4, all go-to-market team kickoff and receive self-reflection questions and mindset self-assessment. Weeks 5 to 7, collaborative sessions with prospecting, sales, and customer success on the shared journey to a new mindset. Week 8, all go-to-market team presentation and discussion. Winalytics, build the revenue organization you want. Request a free 60-minute growth consultation at winalytics.com. Ask for Brent and say Big Pete sent you.
There's some exciting stuff on that front, Pete, I tell you. It's staxup.com. We're all about simplifying marketing, sales, MarTech, and marketing automation because everybody is so overwhelmed. They're all stressed. They don't know whether they're coming or going. And because of the BDE Complex in corporate sales and selling, BDE, blame, denial, and excuses. What we're trying to do is shred that out and actually simplify everything with absolutely practical, process-driven and results-driven help, guidance, and support. And we're having an absolute ball, mate. We're having an absolute ball.
You recently did a post on LinkedIn. If your marketing isn't working, who do you blame? You want to talk about that post?
Yeah, well, many people love to point the finger. Many people blame sales. Many people blame marketing. Many people blame the tech. They blame the market. They blame the president or the prime minister. Bollocks. It's got nothing to do with them. It's all about you and your mindset. And if you're not focused, and I've coined a phrase, on point, on form, and on fire. And that's at the crux of what we do because you need to know what you offer. You need to know your market. You need to have the skill set and how to leverage the technology that's at your disposal. Know the issues, challenges, and obstacles that are holding you back and preventing the results you want, and hone and fine-tune your proposition to your target market. However, many people don't know what the challenges are. They don't know what the root cause of the problems are. They don't know how to generate leads, sign-ups, registrations. They don't know why their copy's not working. There's so much wrong, they don't know where to start. And what we do is simplify the whole process by starting by helping them identify what's not working. And that's what's refreshing. When the light bulbs come on, the shoulders come up, the chest come out, and people are just pumped because they see light at the end of the tunnel and they're ready to start putting in the real work and effort that's required. And I think that's important.
Now, you're heavy on the IT side. You came on the show because Marcus brought up some of the things that you're working on. The reason why Marcus brought it up is we did our last show on Chat GPT and how it can be used to market a business, how it can be used in sales. And from making scripts to drip campaigns, I think marketing is going to be turned on its head here in the coming future. You want to talk about this Chat GPT and how and your software, what you're doing, Fraser?
Absolutely. I've got 23 books on Amazon covering many things to do with entrepreneurship, marketing, etc. And I've got a further 10 with a different publisher. I actually come across Stax GPT, Chat GPT 5 years ago. I would have retired 4.5 years ago. The amount of time, effort, and stress levels you can save. So we've now developed our own product called Stax GPT. And what that enables us to do is take all the copywriting you can think of from headlines, CTAs, from emails, from nurture sequences, from video scripts, webinar scripts, putting it contextually, accurately, and rightly in the context of planning, documenting, executing, and automating a sales and marketing program that's not just linear, but it's pertinent and relevant to the organization, the stakeholders, the shareholders, the investors, and most importantly, the end consumer. So what do? We cover 6 key areas, and that includes your business model, your customer journey, your MarTech stack, marketing strategy, lead generation, and then sales and selling, all wrapped up in one single logged-in platform, cloud-based solution. And we give you everything, the diagnostic tools, the strategy documents, we give you the scripts, we give you the app, the tools, and we've created a whole portfolio of solutions. So if you've got skill gaps or shortages, or your team have, then you can come into the resource, refresh and update your skills on a specific area as part of those 6 key components of your sales and marketing strategy to create one silo, not individual silos, but everything that involves data, sales, selling, lead generation, prospecting, and it works. What can I say?
So how would you use this? If you're going to write a book, it would help you with the citations, or can you say, I'm not saying your product, but in general, marketing, people do a book to help the marketing to get new clients if you're a consultant, right? So if you're going to write a book, is it possible to say, hey, I really like, I'm throwing a book out there, Good to Great. I'd like to do a book like Good to Great, but updated and make it so it's unique to me. Could somebody do that? Make the text that you don't have to worry about copywriting? Because I think what you're talking about is to use Chat GPT to be able to source things and to be able to make bookmarks easier than the way that you currently. Is that how you see it working, or am I totally off the boat here?
There are a whole host of copyright checkers across the web now. We also have a number of AI checkers to make sure that the text that's being produced is compliant and it's human generated. However, there are a couple of variables or key elements of the algorithms that many platforms use. And you can, for example, go into Chat GPT and say, who are my top 3 competitors in the MarTech industry? Give me a competitor's analysis with strengths and weaknesses for HubSpot, Marketo, Keen, MailChimp, Salesforce. Press the button and it will go, and within less than 90 seconds, it will give you a full competitor's analysis in your industry, naming your competitors and giving a detailed analysis. However, you could also say, oh, we have a marketing meeting. Oh, we need a new lead magnet. We're going to approach a new niche, You could go into Chat GPT, or we're about to launch our own one called Stax GPT. And the little robot that you see all over our website is the branding for that. And you can go into Stax GPT and you can say, right, we're targeting life coaches. Create a lead magnet that solves their problems, pains, needs, and frustrations of lack of clients, lack of leads, lack of visibility. Create the new lead magnet as a report, no more than 3,000 words. Bang. And it'll go, and it'll write the text based on the needs, the pains, and the problems that you specify. And then you can use tools like Midjourney, where you can say, give me a photograph of a man stressed at his desk wearing a blue shirt, wearing glasses, with a sales graph behind him. And Midjourney will, from a text prompt, will actually draw, manufacture, and create that image. So if you've got AI to create the images, and I've been playing with a thing called d-id.com, and in less than 58 seconds, I created a script for a video, made the video, downloaded the MP4 and uploaded it on LinkedIn. 58 seconds. And it's almost human-like avatars that are presenting with perfect lip syncing. So Chat GPT is just the start. where you've got text to create and write reports, emails, headlines, books, lead magnets. But you can also, now with the AI, create text to image, text to video. You can do text to image to video. You can drop in images into videos. I mean, 3 years ago, you wouldn't get much change out of $5,000 to get a video produced, and it would take several weeks for them to come back. Now, the AI is there, and the problem that everyone has is fourfold. They all lack a specific context. They're all struggling to put their demands, their needs, and what they want to get from the AI into context relevant to their needs and current situation. And then they're very unclear on the task or the instructions that they give the AI. So there's a lot of ambiguity and vagueness, or there's irrelevant content that is produced. And the thing that makes me laugh is question it and say, do you understand? Can you confirm, affirm, and reaffirm that the AI thoroughly understands your request, your instruction, in the context that you've presented to it, and then refine it and tell it, create a report on the following subject, 2,000 words, and then make sure that it can be fact-checked, stand up to scrutiny, and let's do this twice to make it as human as possible, easily understandable, digestible by a fifth grader. Bang. And the more detail and information you can give it, holy ding, Pete, I tell you, you can generate, I reckon you could do a 10,000 word book, which is approximately 30 pages A4. You could probably do that in 12 rounds of a 4-line script into Chat GPT or Stax GPT, and that could be done comfortably within 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, I'm still scratching my head around this, Fraser. And I turn shared screen on. If anytime you want to come on and give an example of what you're doing, feel free. We can edit it. But how is this going to affect marketing departments going forward? I would think that at the bottom level, there'd be some people that were doing grunt work they're going to have to find other duties to do in marketing, right?
It's going to cut a whole tier out of organizations. The guys who are in the mid-40s who've been coasting for the last 10, 15 years, who are having the 2-hour lunch breaks, who are organizations cutting out the tier of those middle managers who lack responsibility, who lack being on point, on form, and on fire. And I can now do things in less than 2 minutes that would take an afternoon previously. Agencies have been charging 1, 3, 5, 10 grand a month to perform tasks and give very vague activity reports at the end of the month, where now you can get the actual result in minutes without having to pay any form of those fees. So organizations can save money from their copywriting, from their lead acquisition, from their marketing innovation, their market research, their marketing research, they're creating landing pages, webinars, and we've been painstakingly, we've dissected sales and marketing into the 6 areas, and we've got a very powerful 4-step process. And it's so simple. Number 1, we analyze what's holding you back, what's the problem. Number 2, we prioritize what is it we're going to focus on. Number 3, we strategize, i.e. we'll actually create a plan of action. And number 4, we optimize. And we can use Stax GPT to actually write the text, the code, the content for the strategic documents, the investment documents, any aspect of your sales and marketing. And then you can even get it to write code. You can even say, right, give me all the prime numbers from 1 to 100. Bang. And it'll tell you what they are. And then say, write the code in Quick Basic, in Java or Python to calculate all the prime numbers. And it'll write the code contextually, accurately, and technically, factually correct.
So it's going to be. I still am trying to wrap my arms around this, Fraser. Like I could say, you know what, I like Fraser's product. Go to his website, copy his code, put it in a format that gets it away from copyright. Like it's going to be people stealing from people from stealing from people. What is it? Is that what's going to happen?
Many people, it's called prompt engineering, and it's a whole brand new industry because people do not know what the prompts are, what they could be, should be, have to be in order to get the output, the results that they want or need that contextually fit into their marketing planning, their sales planning. And what we've done is we've created over 9,000 of these, whereby in the context of your sales and marketing, we can find out exactly what your problem is. We can tell you what your priorities are that you need to do to address it. And if you need the written prompt for you to get the output created, here you go. Just use this. If you were to get a consultant would charge you $1,000, $1,500 to come in for a day. He would sit in your seat using your electricity, farting in your leather suite, drinking your coffee, and then he's going to take your watch off of your wrist to tell you what the time is. And then he's going to produce a report that's going to take 3 weeks. It's going to be 30 pages of him, talking about him. And then there'll be maybe half a page in there as to what you could potentially do if you pay him the going rate for the next 6 or 12 months. No. What's your problem? Okay, this is how you fix it. Click. Bang. That is how genuinely fast, productive, and results orientated it now is. It gets rid of all the bullshit. It gets rid of all the veneer. It gets rid of all the guys that have been charging a lot and doing little, mate.
I mean, graphic designers. I've played with Chat GPT. I haven't figured out how to do pictures yet, but it encompasses such a wide span of things that, I mean, this, if you had to have a guess, what percentage do you think that these new things that are going to hit? I mean, like you said, ChatGPT's been out for a while, but once people start to figure out how to use it, how do you think it will affect a company's headcount? I mean, 20% reductions, 30% reductions, or they would have to be trained on how to ask the right questions to get the ultimate answer we're looking for.
I think it's even more fundamentally, it's the start of a revolution. We've had the Industrial Revolution. We're now on a stage, Internet 5.0, the technical revolution. The AI is not to be scared of, it's to embrace it. To give you an example, a very good example, the guy that I bought my house from is a DC Marvel comic cartoonist. Yeah. I went on to a tool the other day and I said, create a cartoon character called Horgon with the athletic build of an American wrestler wearing a red outfit, blue cape, and a yellow Z on his front. I press return. 2 minutes later, I had a DC style cartoon strip. I created the context and the story, and it drew it. And I was speaking with him, and I said, what are you going to do? He says, I love it. He says, it's saving me hours, weeks. If you know how to leverage it, you can... in fact, there are now marketplaces online, the eBay for prompts, for prompt engineers, where you can buy a prompt, sell a prompt, and... we've created hundreds of different prompts to perform specific tasks, whether it's a competitor's analysis. Another one that we did, a client asked for, they wanted to know how many leads they needed to give them the sales they want. They wanted to know how many appointments they needed to give them the revenue they wanted. They wanted to know how to calculate. I just went, bang, did it, presented it, output. It was genuinely less than 60 seconds.
So, can you patent?
Talking about headcount in organizations,
yeah.
Any function where there is a skill gap or a skill weakness or a skill shortage that requires a task to be completed Because when you start leveraging Padlet and IFTTT and other APIs and other widgets and other apps to connect and to consolidate their output and streamline the results and do the reiterations, it's unbelievable what you can. If you can imagine it, you can engineer it. And as Disney said, become an Imagineer. And it's all about prompt engineering the tasks you want, and it'll get done in a fraction of the time.
So if you could list the top 3 things that could help the business with Chat GPT, what do you say they would be?
Number one, it would help them to be more specific and clear in their own instructions, because quite often the lack of articulation in giving an agency or a team member the right instructions greatly affects the results. That's number one. So it allows better articulation and placing things in context. I go back to the 4 points that I made earlier on. Create a specific context. It avoids ambiguity and vagueness. It gets us very clear on the tasks and the instructions that are required. And then it enables us to create and refine what it is that we want. And then we can expand on the results to get more detail, more clarity. You could ask it to write a customer avatar for someone targeting widgets in Poland that are looking for CEOs of engineering companies who, with a budget of more than 4,000 to 12,000 euros, what are the best tactics to reach those types of officers? And it comes back and it tells you.
Can you tell us the top things a marketing department would take advantage of using Chat GPT?
Well, remember, Chat GPT is only one tool from the arsenal that I feel a marketing manager or a CMO should have. And we offer a platform that enables you to automate your workflows, create your landing pages, enables you to do all of the things as part of, from planning to lead generation to closing sales appointments, all under one roof. And then if you put the Chat GPT on top of that, you're just saving time, money, effort, and stress.
And a revenue operations department, because, we've made sales so damn complicated now. You think this will help simplify it? And if so, how could a revenue department, sales department use Chat GPT?
Well, again, Chat GPT is only one tool. It's getting people to revisit. Everybody's making everything too complex, too overwhelming. If you talk about MarTech, there are over 10,000 solutions on the marketplace, and everybody's getting confused, perplexed. They're getting stressed. People have got a vertical learning curve, and big players like HubSpot, Marketo, Keen, Lead Pages, etc., unfortunately, are making lots and lots of additional revenue because of hidden costs to add a user, to add lists, to additional support, training, all of these things that people need because of the skill gaps. And everything is so new as an emerging industry with a MarTech. It's now up to about 350 billion. And this is growing. Throw Chat GPT on the top, or at least AI, and it's a whole layer of complexity because people are faced, and it's enabling people to find the needle in the haystack in fields of haystacks in seconds, not months. That's how good it is.
So let's take out Fraser's crystal ball. How do you see things changing in the next 3 to 5 years? Or should I ask Chat GPT?
Well, Chat GPT, like I say, is only one tool. Everything is happening at breakneck speed. AI is going to be, for years, you've actually had a stock sharing software. When a particular share or stock reaches a particular point, it triggers the algorithm, the software to sell. Conversely, other software and other apps, when a particular share price or stock price reaches a particular point, it triggers the purchase. So AI has been used for the last few years to manipulate markets, financial markets. In the context of everyday business, it's becoming very difficult to distinguish between, is a human producing and doing the work, or is it AI? And over the next 3 to 5 years, for the last 10 years, many people have been going offshore, going to the Middle East or the Far East or the Philippines to get work done very inexpensively. That whole sector and industry is going to get turned on its head because AI can do the work for a fraction of the cost that these offshore technology companies were doing it previously. It's going to revolutionize everything: power dialing, telemarketing, appointment setting, generating your scripts where you're selling on Zoom, Google Meet. It's just we're just having a blast. But everybody's getting, if you want, I can share something with you which might put it into context
Please,
for you.
Love your robot.
Yeah, he's called Stax, and Stax isn't everything we're doing to help illustrate the point of how we're embodying marketing automation on everything from market research to sales, selling, and we're having a lot of fun with it. This is just a very quick intro. It's not for an ego rub. I'm not trying to sell a pitch. I'm trying to illustrate the point of the complexity that many CMOs and marketing people are facing in sales and selling. So you log into the members area and we give you an MRI scan, a marketing resistance identification, in 6 key areas: your model, your customer journey, your MarTech stack, your marketing strategy, lead generation, and sales. And each of these contains a score. And the score is how many challenges you've got in that particular area. And the objective is to get down into the center so that you're reducing the resistance and the restrictions that are holding you back and preventing you from generating the results or the outcomes that you want in each of those 6 areas. Does that make sense? So what we do, we've got our 6 areas up the top, but the process is exactly the same. So for example, with your business model, the first step is we analyze, and you cannot progress to the next stage until you complete the first step, and then a little tick box comes up. So they are active and live because of this demo. But number 1, you analyze. So you press the button and you go into Stax, the AI, and Stax will help you to analyze, in this instance, your business model. You answer a number of questions, proceed through the button, and then Stax will actually store for you and explain that you've got X amount of challenges to do with your business model. With me? What the challenges are, you then need to prioritize. So we then prioritize. This comes down and it prints off what we call is a success blueprint. And a success blueprint helps you and your team to know exactly what you should be doing and in what order. But of course, your order might not be the same as what other people in the team or your stakeholders or your management team want. So you agree the priority that needs to be done, and then there's a very specific outcome. So number 1, we analyze, and in analyzing, we answer the questions to identify the challenges that are holding us back. We then prioritize what needs to be done in what order, and then we can strategize where you can manage your data. We help you with a walkthrough video, but more importantly, we help you to, by providing you with template strategy documents, you can actually complete the document yourself by watching the video based on the analysis that you've done. And then you can fill the document, but you've already guessed the next bit. We'll actually help you fill the document using our AI tool, Stax, so that it'll not only analyze the problem and prioritize what needs to be done so you can allocate the right human, technical, financial resources, but more importantly, we'll even get it to write the content for you then to personalize and tweak and do what you want. Whether it's creating a customer avatar, right down to working your sales, your selling, your lead magnet, designing your funnel, even right down to your lead scoring. You think how many people have used a CRM system, and you can tell Stax, right, this is our lead scoring algorithm. This is how we're going to do it. Set the levels, bang. And you can include everything that you want right down to creating the funnel and the nurture sequence. But that's only your business model. Analyze, we prioritize, strategize, and then we can optimize by getting Stax GPT to help you write the content, do the research, come back with vital feedback for you to challenge your own assumptions, your team's assumptions. And we do that in each of the different areas. Customer journey. Okay, so let's ask the questions. Oh, we've got 29 challenges. What do we need to do with our customer journey? And everybody overcomplicates it. 4 steps: analyze, prioritize, strategize, and optimize. So let's look at the success blueprint. Again, that's all we need to do. We need to attract clients, engage them, convert them, transact, and then scale the process with the workflow and automate it. But how do we do that? So then we share the strategy as to how we're going to do that. Here's the document, here's the thinking, here's the planning that are going to address your specific problems. And then we can take that all the way down to their marketing. And I wrote a book for a lead generation on LinkedIn. I got it to #1 for its category in 9 countries. And we've now embodied that into the system as well. So if you're in a B2B space, we can help you to analyze gaps or resistance in your lead generation, help you create a customer avatar, work out how you're actually, what do you need to do with your lead generation? Well, it's really simple, because the blueprint that we've got is the word pipeline, Pipeline. And we actually explain the steps that you need to perform in order to get the results that you want. But most people, they attack these problems and challenges from the wrong end, or they have brain freeze, they overcomplicate it. And then the same is with sales and selling. You analyze your situation, you prioritize what it is that needs to be done. We give you a complete strategy document, and then we can actually help you create a personalized and bespoke script for you and your team for selling online, offline, on the stage, or even on appointments. So last year, I was over in Saudi at one of the largest MarTech events in the area, in the region. And the timing is now. So many people are going to get left behind. But so many people have invested lots of money in all these big platforms, but they don't know what to do with them. They're not getting the output. They're not getting the activity. They don't even know the key performance indicators to use to count, monitor, and measure. And the biggest problem is they're not holding their team or their staff or their agency accountable. I'm not happy with mediocrity. Neither should you be. You know what I mean? And then on the solutions bit, we give them a complete roadmap. We help them to create a customer avatar. And on here, their input with the avatar, we help them, we ask them a number of key questions to help them to create the avatar. And from the output, we can put that into Stax GPT, and we can fine tune and hone. And then we can actually go back out and we can create a complete advertising campaign online on multiple platforms, matching the avatar that you want to find. And you can even do simple maths to work out your cost per lead, your cost per sale, your click-through rates, and then you can apply that in some of the resources that we make available. And you can also access our entire MarTech stack and cloud-based platform through the members area to design your landing pages, automate your funnel, your workflow, create the forms for sign-up pages for webinars, for your free item of value. This you'll like. We can even take your input using Stax GPT, and then with the click of a button, we can produce a 365-day content calendar. We just need to know the problems and the pains that you fix in the industry and the sector you're in. Bang, let's just do it. Stop waffling, stop doing it, stop charging for something that's irrelevant, non-essential, non-pertinent to your mission. And then we've got a whole host, all the books that I've written that are on Amazon, we actually include in the members library as well, because sometimes we need to read, relate, recognize, and apply that in the context of our situation, our organization. And resilience, meaningful work, adopting the right marketing mindset, which people can actually download from the website for free. It's the art of becoming a happener. And then we've got many things, marketing tactics, marketing on LinkedIn. And we've now documented over 2,000 different entrepreneurial obstacles, challenges that you can face in each of the 4 stages of the entrepreneurial journey. And if you know the right question, and we've got thousands which we share with you, you can cut and paste the question into Stax GPT, and not only will you get an answer, you'll get a solution for what you need to do next. Relevant and pertinent, customized and personalized to your current status of where you are on the entrepreneurial journey. And then, of course, I've got my book, which is all about simplifying MarTech into these areas that we've got above. And we just want to keep things simple to help individuals, entrepreneurs. And at any point, they can always come back to the homepage and a quick look. They can see the further out from the center, these are the areas that they need to prioritize. And then they just go into the relevant area, analyze, ask the questions, prioritize, just do 3 things. Because if you try and do it all and fix it all, you're going to become overwhelmed. And we try to say, well, let's pick 1 thing, 2, 3. Let's fix them, address them, and then look at the results. And then we can start working across all 6 areas. And yes, it can take 6 to 12 months. And if you try to fix everything straight away, you're going to become brain dead and you're going to end up curling up in a small ball. Or if you want to embrace your copy and say, right, I've got a clear head, I want to do this, we can help you do it. So no fluff, no spin, no mirrors. We just think simplifying what it is, and we do it. Where are you? Let's analyze. What is it you want to what? How are you going to do it? Here's the strategy and the game plan. How can I improve my results? So you want to optimize, right? Bang, click the button, and we help you do it. And ostensibly, all of that is in a cloud-based platform. And we also give you the automated tools to do the wiring up, the joining, the automating of the steps, the process, the workflows that can all be counted, monitored, and measured using the KPIs that you choose. Because our first conversations, what are the KPIs that you want to hold me accountable? Nobody does it. Everybody's afraid, they're scared, they don't want to be held accountable. They want to charge as much as they can for as little as possible. No, we're in the real world. Everybody's pound, penny, and dollar counts, and everybody wants a return these days. And with AI in many different packages and software solutions all brought together, it's just going to turn large marketing departments down to 1, 2, or 3-man teams.
It's going to force, I think, this chat with you, Fraser's helped me realize that we've made things so complicated. Companies are going to have to become simpler. Critical thinking is going to, I mean, everybody talks about critical thinking, but it's going to have to be done because Chat GPT, they're going to ask specific things to give you a specific answer. And it's going to force companies to be objective, take the subjectivity out of it. And that's where the human condition comes in. People are going to say, well, you're going to need humans to do this and that. Yeah, you're going to need that to oversee this, but you'll need less people if you know what it is you're looking for. Because what is this saying, Fraser? A problem that is defined correctly is more than half solved.
Yes, but picking up on your point on critical thinking, I call it essential thinking, because essential thinking and sustained essential thinking is something that's not happening anymore. People are too stressed. They're watching the clock. They've got to get back to watch the game. They've got to go to the pub for a drink with their mates. There's loads of excuses, blame and denial. Whereas if you just stop, it's common sense that's not common practice. Ignore the tech and the IT for a second. It comes back to the human, not the netware, not the hardware, not the software, the pinkware. We need to focus on the pinkware to get the best results with good, essential, practical thinking that's not common practice.
Fraser Hays, thank you for coming on the SAASholes podcast. I know you didn't want to be here, but I'm glad you stayed. What's the best way for our watchers and listeners to learn more about you? Is it IT Stacks?
It stacks up. There's a phrase we use in the UK. If something makes sense, it's stacked up. So we help people to simplify their sales and marketing and then create an automated process that delivers on point, on form, and on fire. And it makes sense. It stacks up.com.
Our show is supported by viewers and listeners just like you on patreon.com/SAASholes. Brent Keltner's Winalytics Revenue Acceleration Playbook Masterclass. In only 8 weeks, help your sales and go-to-market teams start to build the mindset and skills needed to succeed in the new buyer environment. Weeks 1 and 3, read the book and learn a new approach through 20 successful company stories. Week 4, all go-to-market team kick off and receive self-reflection questions and mindset self-assessment. Weeks 5 to 7, collaborative sessions with prospecting, sales, and customer success on the shared journey to a new mindset. Week 8, all go-to-market team presentation and discussion. Winalytics, build the revenue organization you want. Request a free 60-minute growth consultation at winalytics.com. Ask for Brent and say Big Pete sent you.